does miracles. And the situation you're in right now, this is not how it ends. God has a setup. God has a comeback for you. God has a miracle for you. I want to invite Josh Kham up here. Josh, he went on the trip. He serves here on staff at Victory. And I got to just say this about Josh. Him and I have something very deep in common. His father was a pastor just like my father. His father went on to be with the Lord at a young age. And his father had reached thousands of Burmese people in Tulsa. I remember going to his father's funeral and seeing him and his sister up there, and I just had flashbacks of going to my dad's funeral because, I mean, this whole room, the entire floor, all the way up to the 7th row of Section B was filled with people who were touched by his father, the Burmese people that he reached, that he brought Jesus to, and the legacy lives on. Josh is carrying the torch, reaching so many people. Tell them what God did through you and the team in Dominican.
Come on, I want to encourage you guys today to expect a miracle. You see, there's an amazing story, an amazing testimony that happened with the 9th grade team. They had gone out for the food distribution for one of the days that were happening. They had gone to this woman's house. This woman, she had lost her husband. She had 6 kids to take care of. She was having trouble getting food over to her house, but she decided, and she heard that, man, she needs to just start boiling water. She needs to expect it, and she heard from God she needs to start boiling water. So she's boiling water, and one of our 9th grade teams for food distribution, they come into their house. They said, hey, how you doing? Do you believe in Jesus and things like that? And then they said, hey, we just came here to bear gifts, and we want to give you this food. And she was looking for food all month, but she decided to expect a miracle, and she decided to start boiling water. And guess what happened? God provided food. Come on. But I believe that's one of the 2 miracles that happened, because there was also a team member on the team who went out there, and they had been in that same position growing up as well, where they were looking for food growing up. They didn't know where it was coming from. But for that team member to be able to be a part of that opportunity, for God to say, hey, the obstacle that you were going through in your life, I'm gonna change that for you to be somebody that I can work through for an opportunity for somebody else. I think that speaks so much as well of what God's heart is.
Powerful. Stay up here, Josh. You know, the thing I love about that miracle is we saw God bring healing to a lot of people, but also the provision that, you know, we brought food to help bless people, but in that situation, it was like this person needed it so bad, and like he said, they were expecting it to happen. The second thing that I think blocks us from experiencing the miraculous power of God is an unwillingness to trust in God's word, an unwilling to trust in what God has said. So how do we combat that lack of trust in God? We put our trust in action. Trust is not trust until you act on it. Like, I could say I trust Josh, but if Josh asks for the keys to my car, I might go, oh, hold on, I don't trust you that much. Trust is only trust when it's put into action. If Josh invited me over to his house and said, hey, Paul, do you trust me? I said, yes. And then he says, eat this food that I cooked for you. I said, well, hold up. I don't know if I trust you. Trust is only trust until I put it into action. I eat the meal. I give him the keys to my car. In the same way with God, many of us will sing, Jesus, Jesus, how I trust you. But then on Sunday, or the opportunities to act on that trust, to give financially, to trust him with our tithe, our offering, we kind of hold back. We go, hold on, I don't trust you that much. But this woman, she started boiling water. She started preparing for the miracle. She started acting on her trust. It's time for some of you to start boiling the water. You're asking God to show up on your behalf, and God's saying, I want you to put that trust in action. I want you to get ready for your miracle. I want you to make room for what I'm about to do in your business. I want you to start trusting me with your tithe, with your offering. I want you to start activating that trust by stepping out and helping other people in need, by showing up and doing something for someone else. Put your trust, your faith in action. So I love what Josh said, that as she prepared, they showed up. I believe as some of you start moving with your trust, you're gonna see God move on your behalf. Give Josh a big hand one more time. Can I tell you the